There is no such thing as freedom without responsibility and accountability. Numero uno one rule of any real democracy. If you don't have those things in place, constituted in your highest laws, you're not a free and democratic society. This one should go into stories. I hope it gets posted that way. I'll put it on there. The big diesel burners behind me. It's getting busy. I got my day off today. I want to do Justin Trudeau. I want to showcase everything Justin Trudeau's been up to in the last month. And there's been a lot. We have our mainstream media completely socialist and fascist. Those who subscribe to the right-leaning media or the left-leaning media is in fact not left or right, but it's about up and down, and they work together. National Post, CBC, same thing. A lot of you sharing media content with Justin Trudeau and various smaller non-funded media organizations scratching it out to bring truth, reality, Walrus, so many more. Even the Toronto Star surprisingly hit it, but I think they hit it more to attack Trudeau than they really did on fixing Canada. Folks, Canada's entirely broken. It's broken beyond all measure, all repair, and it can only be fixed two ways to fix Canada. That is a We the People movement. We the People build a party, which I've tried to do. Put that forward, win just a minority in the title of Prime Minister, Minister of all ministers, meaning basically the premiership of all the premiers. Division of power set in this constitutional monarchy, check and balance against Russia and the United States of America. A wedge put between them, an idea that we will not let you pass, we will not let anything of the people go forward. You keep that in your two territories, we will not let you pass. And you know what? Since World War II, even with the might of USA and Russia, really, while their influences are strong in trade, their cultural, their societal, the most important, their highest laws of the land, have not branched out in the world. They remain a real serious minority. And that idea of America or the Russian Federation has not exploded in other countries. They're kept subjugated largely worldwide. Many folks think that independence, as I did just 5 years ago, I thought independence is the solution, at least for my province of Alberta. In fact, I'm going to do the legal path for all provinces. And you know what? It was wrong, because until you escape the crown, until you can cement laws, highest laws that create equality of the person, meaning not assigned equity, not assigned diversity, not assigned division, which is what the governments of autocracies do. They create a class structure, a pyramid. They divide everybody out on race, religion, on culture, on values. They do this, even though they've assigned your equity. What does that mean? It means they've assigned how much in your class in this pyramid you could ever achieve, and they'll never let you out of it. They create loopholes, hula hoops on fire, call it whatever you will, use whatever analogy you want. They make sure You'll never leave that class system. And if somehow you figure it out or you transcend it by crushing all those below you, they have another class, another area, another set of hula hoops, and they keep you in that one. Ultimately, in Canada, defined is all the politicians, all their appointments are defined as the vast socialist and fascist recipients, meaning they get the best of everything of socialism, the best of everything of that is fascism. Well, you all get the bills. That's how socialism works. It's how fascism works. Somebody's always liquidated for somebody else. Not on your born with talents, your skills, your knowledge, your hand craftsmanship, your ability to go out there and come up with great ideas. They'll cheat you out of it. They'll cheat you out of it. It's not capitalism, not defined, at least in Oxford. It's a joke. It's a joke in Canada and many other constitutional monarchies. It's always been this way. Now, Justin Trudeau has been dividing Canadians for the last month and a half. I've read mass amounts from all of you on all these things that Justin Trudeau is saying and doing in media. He's taking on media groups, not financed, not bought out. And of course, he's making big, bold statements to really stir up the provinces, try to re-cement what works for Liberals, at least in dividing Canadians on the east and west spectrum, which is what he did. Just yesterday, he slammed my home province, my hockey team, that we're never going to see the cup. We're going to lose. Not even on his mind. Always forgets Alberta, to divide Alberta, to continue the upper and lower Canada, which is the base of the Liberals. And folks who don't understand that, Liberals have always been strong there. Yes, Atlantic bought out and sold long ago. Just look at Quebec with Labrador, Newfoundland. The East Coasters always travel for work if they want to make some kind of life. Subsidization, this is what they do in Canada by subjugation. They do that through the treaty lands. It's not just Alberta. We can look at Saskatchewan, parts of Manitoba, resource-rich, treaty Indian poor. That's what Canada does. And they numbered them just like the Jews of the Holocaust. Entirely fascist. Why? Because Canada created it first. Trudeau's been going on. He promised constitutionalism very early on when he took office in 2015. He pulled all of those lies, got the crown, took his father's position, divide Canada, trick all Canadians, all First Peoples. And that's what he does. We will never make our NATO commitments, and Conservatives will defund it worse. If you don't believe me, go look at Stephen Harper, 0.7% of the 2%. USA's done with us. They're pulling investment at record sums. It started with Harper, and it amazes me how many folks think that they're conservative, but they're in fact just a progressive conservative, which is the original party, liberal conservative. Conserve everything you have for the divine politicians and everyone they appoint. Get it? It's called taxation without representation. Justin Trudeau has dismissed everything he lied about in 2015. Today, here we are, 9 years later. I've read all of them. Trudeau will not do constitutionalism. There will never be a we the people in Canada. We are never to be equal. We're always to be subdivided. There will always be a savage peoples. It won't matter, conservative, liberal. Justin Trudeau supports that. He's all game for Pierre Poilievre winning, as long as you, the people, never see any real power, because that's what makes them all money. Pierre's loaded, Justin Trudeau's triply loaded from Pierre Poilievre. If you look at Justin Trudeau, he's become outstandingly wealthy beyond his father, even though he's a complete fuck up. Sorry for my words, but he's wealthy beyond all measures. He's never been as strong in the Trudeau family. They're loaded. They're tied in with Democrats and even the left-leaning libertarians of the U.S. who don't really know constitutionalism, and they believe in rights and freedoms, but without responsibility and accountability, which is entirely Justin Trudeau, and it will be entirely Pierre Poilievre too. Canada does not have any real rights and freedoms for the people because there's no accountability and absolutely no individual responsibility in this country. Your politicians elected have that codified since 1867. Yes, we get it from the British Empire, whom was the most powerful, but there's in fact nine kingdoms who've enjoyed 5,000 years of rule in this manner. Freedom for an elite without responsibility and accountability, and they keep that throughout the classes so that way nobody at the individual level can ever come together. If you haven't noticed in Canada, if you do a lot of travel in the States, you'll find Americans are different, and if you spend enough time with them, you'll learn that they don't look down upon each other at any kind of rate that Canadians do. Democrat leaners, what they call the far left in the United States, they do it, but the reality is that they're trying to adopt, make America subjects again. They got their wealth largely from not their skills, but whom they're affiliated with, just as it is entirely Canada. Fixing this country takes the people. It takes the people realizing that the media is corrupt with that system. It's globally like this, as it always has been. And I promise Canadians, regionally or federally, you'll never get any real sovereignty, never any real independence. You'll never get any self-determination at any real capacity, because our system is codified absolutely and entirely 180 degrees the other way, legally. The police will resist you, the justice system will resist you, and the legislatures and parliamentarians will pass laws to push and suppress you. It's called subjugation. If you don't understand those concepts, I don't know what else to tell you. That is reality. That is this country. Trudeau is in love with the system. He believes he is a god. He's a shining spotlight on what's wrong with Canada. And it really is disturbing that he's even more happier. And you can read the Walrus, you can read the Toronto Star, and you can read another set of lower level publications that he did just in this last month and a half, where he basically says it's better to suppress and crush the majority for that elite minority, and that should continue on with even Pierre Poilievre. He would rather see Pierre Poilievre in power and let the dumbed down, non-civics minded Canadian and first person continue on in this cycle and keep them wealthy than ever risk the people having the power, people being bestowed upon with responsibility through rule of law and absolutely accountability and rule of law. Because if you get those things, the crimes that Justin Trudeau's participated in, Pierre Poilievre, Jagmeet Singh, and we can go through every province, and Elizabeth May is as dirty as they come. She's there too. We can go through all the parties. But provincially, it's even worse. They do it. They embrace it because they get more power and more ability to steal than even the federal government. At the same rate, no. But they get a larger chunk of what they can take through taxation without representation, without any kind of resistance from the people, because the people just don't know any better. And that's called civics. Yeah, Justin Trudeau is one of the worst of the worst. He's right up there with John A. Macdonald and Sir Wilfrid Laurier, as they were then, as they are now, and they always will be. It's not America's fault. We're losing America. We're gaining much more of the old empire, first and foremost. That's a separated United Kingdom from absolutely the European Union. Then it's the European Union, which is all unitary anyway, and a majority of those colonial empires and the 9 kingdoms are there. They're there. And we're in a lot of trouble. We're trading a positive trade relationship with a more free and fair society for subjugating societies that will rape, pillage, and plunder and destroy all Canadians and all First Peoples. It amazes me people haven't figured this out. I see it in my work every day where I'm at. I see it on the faces and interactions of all Canadians I deal with. And I'm at least happy with this. I've made a monumental achievement in my own life. It's one more tick off the box as I transition out of this, out of the prison, and basically continue to work from outside looking in, because I can't do this anymore and participate. I just can't do it. It's disgusting. It's wrong. It amazes me that nobody is willing in any kind of moral majority to put an end to it. And I love all my friends and followers. I know many of you know, you understand, and you try. So many of you try so hard, but you see it, that it's just overwhelming institutionalization. People will take that oppression, they will take that rape, pillage, and plunder, they will take that evil, that abuse, and they will participate in it, or at least die trying. And it's sick, it's wrong, and it's not where I want to be in my life. So that's my video. There's a lot of knowledge here. There's a lot of truth of the evil narcissist, purely socialist and fascist Justin Trudeau here in this video, that all people need to hear. Worldwide, globally, nothing's going to change with Canada. In fact, it's going to get worse. Doesn't matter who's there. Trudeau continues on in the same system that Canada's always been, 1867 till today. He's just more bold, more brazen, and he gets away with it. And he's taught all the other political parties, Canadians and First Peoples, you can do it too. Look how far I took it. Look how much I got away with. You can too. Those people will take it. Look how much impact on their lives without any real opposition. Truth. That's my video. Enjoy your day. I'm going to get a massage, get my body worked on. We all get older, and it's me day today. So God bless everybody. Enjoy this weather wherever you're at. I know for me it's a beautiful day. God bless. Bye now.